Mythology Part 1. When I was a kid, or at least in middle school, I remember reading the Percy Jackson books. That brought me to diving deep into Greek mythology, as well as one of my favorite Disney shows was Hercules, which I watched all the time, so I at least had a framework of mythology. And I remember thinking, are these just stories or do they mean something more? That's the question that stayed with me throughout my life. We often dismiss mythology as mere fantasy, but what if it's more than that? What if these ancient stories hold the keys to understanding creation, the nature of life, and the way the world works? Before we dive in though, what's up? My name's Nick Jackson, and my channel is all about exploring the intersections of philosophy, psychology, conspiracy, and spirituality. If any of those topics excite you, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. It really helps push me forward in the algorithm. And if you have a thought on anything said, drop a comment. I'd love to hear from you. All right, let's get into it. Mythology is humanity's oldest storytelling device. From the deserts of Egypt to the snowy peaks of Mount Olympus, these tales have been passed down through generations. Not just to entertain, but to teach us something profound about existence. As Joseph Campbell, one of the greatest minds in mythology, said, myths are the clues to the spiritual potentialities of human life. Let's begin with Greek mythology. You've probably heard of the story of Icarus, the boy who flew too close to the sun. It's easy to think that this is just a cautionary tale about arrogance, but think deeper. Icarus represents our ambition, our desire to reach beyond what we know. His fall isn't just a warning, it's a reminder to balance our dreams with wisdom. The philosopher Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Icarus teaches us to find that why, to fly with purpose, not recklessness. Now think about Roman mythology, which often parallels the Greeks, but has its own flavor. Take Janus, the two-faced god of beginnings and endings. Janus reminds us that every doorway is both an entrance and an exit. Life is a series of transitions. Whether you're starting a new job or ending a relationship, Janus teaches us to honor both the past and the future. Psychologists often say that closure is essential for growth. Detachment, as the Buddhists call it, allows us to move forward without being anchored by what we leave behind. Then there's Egyptian mythology, steeped in the mysteries of the afterlife. Osiris, the god of resurrection, was betrayed and dismembered, only to be reassembled and reborn. This story reflects the cycles of death and rebirth we all experience, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. When we face hardships, we're broken apart like Osiris, only to be rebuilt stronger. Carl Jung referred to this process as individuation. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But mythology isn't confined to European or Mediterranean. In Africa, stories like that of Anansi the spider teach cleverness and resilience. Anansi's web represents the interconnectedness of all things. Modern science backs this up. Did you know that on a quantum level, particles are entangled across vast distances? It is as if ancient wisdom already understood what science is just now discovering. In native mythology, the trickster figure, like Coyote or Raven, teaches us about the dualities of life. These figures disrupt the order, often causing chaos, but they also bring new understanding. In psychology, this is akin to the shadow self, the part of us we fear but must confront to grow. As Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. The thing about mythology is that it transcends culture. Across the world, we see recurring themes: creation, destruction, love, betrayal, triumph, and loss. Could these stories be humanity's way of understanding something greater? Plato believed that myths were a bridge between the human mind and divine truths. Myth is the first stage of philosophy, he said. And I think he was right. But here's where things get really interesting. Conspiracy theories often suggest that myths are based on real events or beings. The Great Flood, for example, appears in multiple cultures, from the Bible's Noah to Mesopotamian epics like Gilgamesh. Could this suggest a shared historical event, or is it a metaphor for the universal experience of renewal? Even Atlantis from my previous video, dismissed as fiction, continues to fascinate because it touches our longing for lost wisdom. Let's talk about spirituality. Many myths speak of divine beings descending from the heavens teaching humanity, and then departing. In Hindu mythology, Vishnu takes on various avatars to guide the world. In Christianity, we have the story of Christ. Could these be reflections of the same truth interpreted through different lenses? Einstein once said, "The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious." It is the source of all true art and science. These myths are more than stories. They're tools for self-reflection. Why did the Greeks imagine gods with human flaws? Because they were holding up a mirror to society. Why do native myths focus on harmony with nature? Because they understand the interconnectedness we've lost sight of. The numbers don't lie. Studies have shown that people who engage with mythology, whether through stories, art, or rituals, report higher levels of meaning in their lives. It's no coincidence that the oldest human structures, like Stonehenge or the pyramids, align with celestial events. Our ancestors were trying to understand their place in the cosmos. Are we so different? In the end, mythology isn't about finding definitive answers. It's about asking better questions. Who am I? What is my purpose? How should I live? By engaging with these stories, we're not just learning about the past, we're unlocking the wisdom within ourselves. So the next time you hear a myth, don't dismiss it as just a story. Think of it as a map, one that points to the mysteries of creation, the nature of life, and the workings of the world. As the poet Rumi said, don't be satisfied with stories and how things have gone with others. Unfold your own myth. As always, thanks for watching. If this video inspired you, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into philosophy, psychology, conspiracy, and spirituality. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take. Value learning, keep growing, and together we'll uncover the truths hidden in plain sight. See you next time. Peace.